प्यारे दोस्तों, आदाब। जो इवेंट्स आज हम कवर कर रहे हैं इस वीडियो में वो हैं 1 तारीख मार्च 1999 यानी 1 मार्च 1989। न्यूज़ आइटम आया था उस वक्त, नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस प्लानिंग पार्टी ब्रिगेड्स। A high level party leader of National Conference said there are feelings in the party leaders that the situation cannot be controlled by the police alone. It should be controlled, it should be handled politically. Next news item published on the same date, that is 1st March 1989. ये है 40 persons including 15 policemen were injured as Srinagar witnessed yet another day of clashes between stone pelting mobs and the police for the third consecutive day, report agencies. Next news item on the same day, published on 1st March 1989. ये हैं 4 MLAs removed from J&K Assembly. It states 1 independent, 4 Muslim United Front legislative members were physically removed from the J&K Assembly today when they insisted that the House should discuss the alleged police excesses in Kashmir. News item published on the same day, that is 1st March 1989. ये न्यूज़ आइटम है 6 policemen were wounded in a grenade attack at Khankai Mawla in interior city this evening, even as the situation in the trouble-torn city appeared to be subsiding after yet another day of violent incidents and clashes. ये दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम जो पब्लिश हुआ था उस वक्त 1st March 1989, ये न्यूज़ आइटम है 1 person, Sajad Ahmed of Gojwara, was injured when police opened fire to disperse unrolling mob of youth who indulged in violence near Fateh Kadal area on second consecutive day. अब ये 2 मार्च 1989 का न्यूज़ आइटम है। ये तो है डिस्पाइट improvement in the situation in the trouble-torn Srinagar city, 3 areas including Fateh Gadal witnessed breezy violence when protesters clashed with the police. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम है सेम डे 2nd March 1989. The Chief Minister Dr. Farooq Abdullah said that he would resign when he would feel that he was not in a position to run the administration. News item published on 3rd March 1989. न्यूज़ आइटम तो है गवर्नर्स रूल ओनली आंसर। Governor's rule is a part of our constitutional and democratic system. No doubt it is not a solution, but it is also not unnecessary. It has to be imposed when the situation so warrants. Next news item published on 4th March 1989. ये न्यूज़ आइटम है indefinite curfew in Baramulla, one killed, several hurt in Srinagar police firing. Further, it states that the border town of Baramulla was placed under indefinite curfew. One person, Parvez Ahmed, was killed and 3 others were wounded in a police firing in Navata in the interior city. And 2 other, Ali Muhammad and Imtiaz Ahmed, received bullet wounds in separate incidents of police firing in Baramulla. न्यूज़ आइटम ये भी पब्लिश हुआ है उस वक्त 4 मार्च 1989. न्यूज़ आइटम है 4 persons have been injured in a grenade attack on police party. The grenade was thrown at the police party in Badsha Chowk, almost at the same spot where first such attempt was made on February 27th last. One more news item appeared on 4th March 1989. ये न्यूज़ आइटम है Senior Janata Dal leader Mufti Muhammad Saeed said that neither the center nor the state government were serious in finding out any solution to the situation prevailing in Jammu and Kashmir state. ये न्यूज़ आइटम है ये तो पब्लिश हुआ है 5 मार्च 1989, 5th मार्च 1989. न्यूज़ आइटम है वायलेंस रॉक्स अनंतनाग, हड़ताल in Sopore and Srinagar. Details of the news item are: for the 6th day in succession, today Kashmir Valley failed to have any respite from hartals and violence. While violence erupted in Anantnag town, interior Srinagar city and Sopore town observed hartal. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम पब्लिश हुआ है 5th मार्च 1989. ये है जम्मू एंड कश्मीर अवामी एक्शन कमेटी चीफ मीरवाइज मौली फारूक today expressed anguish over violent incidents in Baramulla town of North Kashmir. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम इसी तारीख 5 मार्च 1989. ये तो है the curfew imposed on Friday in the border town Baramulla following of outbreak of violence was lifted last evening. The Divisional Commissioner of Kashmir, Mr. Muhammad Shafi Pandit, reported today. The curfew was relaxed yesterday for 2 hours from 3 p.m. and was not reimposed as the situation returned to normal, Mr. Pandit said. ये दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम है उस वक्त पब्लिश हुआ है 5th मार्च 1989. Walkout by Muslim United Front MLAs. The proceeding in the State Assembly began with walkouts by the members for the 3rd consecutive day today. The Muslim United Front members were removed from the House by the Watch and Ward of staff. Mr. Saeed Ali Shah Gilani sought a statement from the government regarding the situation prevailing in Kashmir Valley. Next news item published on 6th March 1989. Curfew in Baramulla lifted. Chief Minister reviews situation in Valley. After days violence that rocked several towns, the Kashmir Valley is limping back to normal. दूसरा न्यूज़ आइटम पब्लिश हुआ है 9 मार्च 1999, 9th March 1989. Building gutted in bomb attack. In Anantnag, a wooden structure adjoining a residential building was gutted when a petrol bomb was hurled on it by some unidentified militants in Gojamala of this town late last evening. Next news item published on the same day, that is 9th March 1989. Burqa-clad women demonstrate in Srinagar. The agitated women belonging to an organization called Dokhtarin Millat took out a procession today alleging that their representatives were not allowed to speak at the function organized by the State Unit of All India Women's Conference in connection with the World Women's Day. Next news item published on 8th March 1989. Farooq Abdullah warns against anti-India activists. The news item states, while replying to a calling attention motion of one independent and 4 Muslim United Front MLAs in the Legislative Assembly on the recent incidents in Kashmir Valley, Dr. Abdullah said that anyone, even if that happens to be my son or daughter, quotes close, raising a banner of revolt against India would be sternly dealt with. One more news item published on the same day, that is 8th March 1989. Is he Indian? Jamaat Islami leader evades reply. Heated exchanges in the Legislative Assembly, the leader of the 4-member Muslim United Front group in the State Assembly, Sayyid Elisha Gilani, today repeatedly evaded a direct reply to the Chief Minister's query whether he was an Indian. News item published on same day, 8th March 1989. News item centers concern conveyed to Chief Minister. Details are perturbed over the deteriorating law and order situation and frequent violent demonstrations in Kashmir Valley. The center is reported to have directed the state government to take more effective measures on administrative and political fronts to face the serious challenge posed by the anti-national elements. News item published on 10th March 1989. Curfew imposed, violent Palgam mob tear gassed. Kulgam town in South Kashmir was placed under curfew from this afternoon as the agitation of the people in the area demanding district states for the district status for the area turned violent. News item published on 10th March 1989. According to a police spokesman, one of the alleged militants, identified as Abdul Rashid, was arrested by a special police party in New Delhi. News item published on 11th March 1989. Explosion rocks Anantnag. Two petrol bombs were hurled in Khajamir Mahalla of this town late last evening, causing much panic among the residents there. One more news item published on the same day, that is 11th March 1989. Government will be lenient to misguided youth. Addressing a Friday at Azrathbal Shrine this afternoon, Chief Minister Dr. Farooq Abdullah said, within quotes, they, alleged Kashmiri militants, were just like our own children, who for one reason or the other had taken to militancy. News item published on 14th March 1989. It is in Anantnag, tension prevails in Bishru village about 12 kilometers from here following violent clashes between supporters of Jamaat Islami and ruling National Conference. News item published on 15th March 1989. Women among 12 hurt, Srinagar rocked by two powerful bomb blasts. Details are, two persons, including a middle-aged woman, sustained serious injuries as the civil lines area of this capital city was rocked by two powerful bomb explosions, one in Old High Court complex and the other inside a house in densely populated Hari Singh High Street. News item published on 18th March 1989. Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front claims responsibility for Srinagar blasts. Details are, Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front today owned the responsibility for two powerful bomb blasts which took place in civil lines area here in Srinagar on Tuesday last. News item published on 20 March 1989. ये तो है, Chief Minister Dr. Farooq Abdullah today accused Pakistan of, within quotes, not being sincere, quotes close, towards India's peace initiative and disclosed that the neighboring country, within quotes, continue to train, quotes close, Kashmiri youth for subversive activities on this side of the border. One more news item published on the same date, that is 20 March 1989. Two more blasts rock Srinagar. Another powerful bomb blast in this city today seriously damaged the staircase of the Ganda Singh building complex in Lal Chowk area and rattled other buildings in the vicinity. News item published on 21st March 1989. Border crimes In J&K in 1988, 35 intruders killed, 336 arrested. Details of the news item are: the security forces killed 35 persons in encounters on the border in J&K during last year, 1988. Out of them, 20 were Pakistanis, 11 Bangladeshis, and 4 were unidentified. News item published on 22nd March 1989. About a dozen police personnel were injured when some unidentified persons hurled a hand grenade on a police truck in Naid Kadal area in the interior city, where localized violence continued for the whole day today. News item published on the 24th March 1989. Army out, curfew clamped, 1 killed, 27 injured in Rajouri communal violence. Details are: 1 person was killed and 27 others injured in wholly related communal violence that broke out in Rajouri, 165 kilometers from Jammu, yesterday afternoon. News item published on the same day, that is 24th March 1989. 14 hurt in explosion in running bus. 14 passengers, including a woman and her child, were injured when a Srinagar-bound vehicle was damaged in a powerful explosion near Bijbara yesterday. News item published on 25th March 1989. 2 more bomb blasts in Srinagar. 2 powerful bomb blasts rocked 2 different localities in Srinagar city this evening, causing damage to residential houses and shops. One more news item published on the same day, that is 25th March 1989. Hartal in Anantnag, Mutton. Barring some stray incidents of stone pelting, the Bandh called by the Muslim United Front leader Qazi Nisar Ahmad passed off peacefully. One more news item published on the 25th March 1989. Curfew in Rajouri extended. Bandh anti-government demonstrations in Navshara. Navshara, the second largest town of border district of Rajouri, today witnessed violent incidents as the complete Bandh was observed and demonstrations held to protest against the March 22nd violence in Rajouri town, which left 1 person dead and 27 others injured. News item published on 27th March 1989. Bomb removed from bus. Blast near police control room. A powerful bomb blast took place near police control room Srinagar late last night, causing panic amongst the people living in the area. The device, which had been planted just outside the police control room, exploded at about 10:25 p.m. with a big sound and shocked the entire area. One more news item published on the same date, that is 27th March 1989. Government office, jeep and wine shop set ablaze in Thanamani. A wine shop was set on fire by some unidentified persons here in Rajouri last night, while the office of the Sheep Husbandry Department and a jeep were burnt by an unruly mob in Thanamudi township of the border district today. News item published on the 29th March 1989. 155 arrested, 16 killed, 94 hurt in 61 explosions in 14 months. The details of the news item are: out of 155 persons detained under the Terrorist and Disruptive Activities TADA Prevention Act, 52 persons were arrested from Kupwara district, 16 from Srinagar district, 12 from Anantnag district, 10 from Baramulla, and 3 from Budgam district. 61 explosions took place in different parts of the state from January 1988 up to March this year, 1989, means that year, 1989. Srinagar district topped the list, where 23 explosions took place during the period. News item published on 30th March 1989. Mr. V.P. Singh in Jammu today accused the Prime Minister Mr. Rajiv Gandhi and Chief Minister Dr. Farooq Abdullah of playing within quotes Kashmir card, quotes close, to perpetuate tensions and create sense of insecurity for achieving their narrow political objectives. One more news item published on the same day, that is 30th March 1989. Jammu and Kashmir youth being misled. Details are: interrogation of the arrested persons has revealed that disillusionment with corrupt electoral practices and rising unemployment prompted them to cross over to Pakistan for training in subversive activities. Police sources said most of these misguided Kashmiri youths had actively worked for the Muslim United Front in the 1987 Assembly elections, but the results have disappointed them, prompting them to take to arms. News item published on 31st March 1989. Bomb blast in Srinagar. A powerful bomb exploded in the roadside near Neelam Cinema Theatre, Srinagar, adjacent to Food Corporation of India office later this evening, damaging a truck parked at that place. One more news item published on the same day, that is 31st March 1989. Women staged dharna in Rajouri. Women of the town today staged dharna outside the police station to press their demand for the arrest of the persons involved in March 22nd wholly related communal violence and raised anti-government slogans. One more news item published on the same day, that is 31st March 1989. It is police have succeeded in effecting the arrest of two most wanted alleged militants claimed to be kingpins of the Pakistan-trained Kashmiri militants gang operating in the state for the last several months. The two, within quotes, kingpins, quotes close, have been identified as Mahmood Ahmad Sagar and Fayaz Ahmad Alai, and both of them were arrested by the special police parties at Maharaj Bazar, Srinagar and Dalgate respectively. दोस्तों शुक्रिया। ये तो इवेंट्स थे मार्च के 1989 इस वीडियो में, और आइंदा आपसे मुलाकात होगा दूसरे वीडियो के साथ। शुक्रिया।